What is up?
What's up, dude?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, man.
Can you believe it?
Nah. Yeah, we missed last Tuesday, so.
We got to start making up for it. I was just talking to Mark. We're going to start banging out some pop-up things because I need to get real comfortable with StreamYard. I need to learn it. It's time for me to learn it.
Yeah. Hey, let me hop out and hop back in. I got my computer going, so.
Yes, sir.
2 seconds.
So how is everybody else's Tuesday going? What up, Mark? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, you need that one. But yeah, man, it's like there you go. Yeah, it's Tuesday going on. I don't know, man. Has anybody just lost track of time now? Like, time doesn't track the way it used to. Like, what up, Platinum? Enjoy your day off, brother. Enjoy your day off. I got a week coming up off. 4th of July week. It's gonna be so nice. Like, but the time just tracks so differently now. Just like then you get off on I'm Monday through Friday guy, so Monday through Friday I'm off by work. But then Saturday, Sunday's just like a blip. Saturday's just gone instantly. Like you can't even process. It's just gone. And then Sunday, it's like I don't know if anybody else gets in that fog. You get in that fog where you're just like, I got to go back to work tomorrow. I don't want to. I need to win lottery. Actually, speaking of lottery, I don't know if any guys play lottery or gamble or anything like that. But I'm starting a new trend. I'm going to start a new thing for myself. I don't gamble much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a scratch-off ticket, like a $50 scratch-off every week until I win something big. Because where I live local, we have a lady, she just won $2 million on a scratch-off.
That's insane.
$2 million, brother.
Even after taxes, you're getting a milli.
Hey, if anybody out there, Nick Carnival, anybody, hey, I have a $500,000 plan to retire after taxes. That's all I need. I'm a simple guy.
Yeah. I need $1 million. They say you should take 40% per year of that, so that'd give you about 40 grand.
Well, you figure, but you got littlers, so you still got that.
Or 4%, not 40%. Yeah.
So for me, my $500,000 plan after taxes, brother, I'm gonna go to Texas. I'm gonna take me about $200,000, buy me a house in Texas, nothing crazy, cash money. Poof. Take $50,000, put it in an interest account for the kids, so when they turn 25, they got a little extra ducat.
Yeah.
Poof. That's $250.
Yeah.
And then I take a $50,000 and pay off any little other debts, buy me this nice little car, maybe a belt, some good stuff. And there's $200,000 I'll put in some kind of interest account. And then I can do something I want to do.
I would, I'm sure Texas is next, but as of right now, I'd go to Florida just because they're getting rid of property taxes. So you buy that house, you own it forever. You don't have to pay property taxes. So, but I'm sure Texas is next. So
yeah, I'm sure it is. But let's get back to it, bro. How was your week?
Wild, just wild.
Big things.
So, yeah, I had a whiskey event that we went to on Saturday, and then Sunday just kind of hung out at the house, and then this week's been crazy. Got home today, had to cook dinner, didn't even have time to eat. So,
hey, cherish it though, bro. You got a family. You got a family.
But nah, they were all good when I got home. Just you work late, you make dinner because I volunteered. It's not like my wife wouldn't cook dinner. I volunteered to cook dinner, and it just, I don't know if it just took longer than usual or than I expected or what, but we're all good. So,
you got any?
I didn't have time to stop over here at the bar, so I'm Sprite zeroing it. But if I hop off camera for 2 seconds, you know what I'm doing. So.
Go hop off camera. I'll keep the lockdown. You deserve this, brother. You can't let my dude hang without a beverage. I mean, it's the BroCast, bro. What are we talking about here? But like you said, man, these weeks just are terrible. And then I don't know, maybe it's because of my life's transition now, but like, man, Father's Day, man, I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay home and like cook burgers and just relax. Like I may, if the kids take a nap, I may come downstairs here and hit some golf balls. But so we're gonna do it just like a Makers, just something I grabbed off the shelf. So, cheers, brother. Cheers.
Hey, hey, you deserve it, brother.
Yeah, you do too. And you know what?
Hey,
it was good to see you on Wednesday, man. It was good to see you back on a Wednesday night.
It was nice,
Yeah.
But you know what? This one's for Steve. This one's for his big things coming up, and he's doing the damn thing.
Yep, new job. So, yeah.
But man, like I was saying, I'm gonna have to slip off screen in a second.
Okay.
I got Walmart delivery making my delivery. Man, I don't know. Do you guys have Walmart out there? I'm sure you do. But.
Yeah, we do. We if we do groceries, there's a local thing called Kroger. I'm trying to think of what else it's called. It's called like Giant Eagle somewhere else. I mean, it's basically like a Publix, anything else. But yeah, we get groceries delivered a lot too.
It's just so nice because like I was like 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm at work. I'm like, I'm out of. So as being single now, I'm anti dishes. And I'm anti so like my fine china are plastic cups.
Hey man, paper plates, dude. Paper plates.
Yep, paper plates. Like I'm sitting there like, I'm out of cups. I'm out of paper plates. I don't know what I want for dinner. I was like, I'll put in a Walmart order, get a few things just to get me by. And I was just like, it's just so convenient. It's just so convenient. But got Father's Day coming up. I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I mentioned that me and the youngest child are still at that. I don't want to call it an impasse, but we're at a weird spot. So last month she left home to stay with her mom full time. Yep. Summertime. I get it. Dad works all the time. Mom's doesn't work all the time. She's got a new dog. She got more going on for kid friendly.
Yeah.
And Dad just gets off work, takes a nice dump, takes a shower, gets some dinner, kicks up my feet because it's 8. By the time it's 8 o'clock, and it's just like, but I don't know. My oldest daughter has her rendition of what's wrong. My ex-wife has her rendition of what's wrong. And I'm just in the middle, like, I don't know what's wrong. Because she basically will text. We went from texting or talking every day to maybe like once a week now.
Mm.
And I'm sitting there. I've talked to my therapist. I'm sitting here like, trying to figure out, like, if I did something wrong, just tell me so I can, one, not do that.
Yeah.
Or anything. And so my ex-wife came over and had a talk with me and left me more confused than anything.
That's what they do, right?
Because the talk consisted of, well, she's just used to you buying things for her to show affection and things like that. And I'm like, well, I buy things because I want to like put smiles on people's face, and like, hey, I might be too tired to sit here and want to get off work at 6 o'clock, come home, shower and change, and then go do whatever until 10 o'clock, and then have to do it again tomorrow. No, it's just weird. And so that was my ex-wife's rendition. And then my oldest daughter's like, Dad, she's just being a little B word.
Yeah, I mean, 16. It's a weird age. So,
but it leaves me in the middle of like, We used to wake up Saturdays, go get Dutch Brothers coffee, and go putt around and go to the art store and all that stuff. And I text, hey, do you at least want me to bring you back a coffee? No reply. And it's just like, I'm a sensitive dude. Like,
yeah.
So now with Father's Day coming up,
maybe they'll surprise you, man. Maybe they'll surprise you.
I'm gonna bury my head in the sand and find something to do or something. I don't know.
Yep, maybe they'll surprise you.
But on the brighter note, man, did you enjoy the finals? NBA.
I did. I only caught highlights of the last game. I had a thing going on Saturday with the wife, and so I only caught highlights of the game. But I watched the first 4, and man, the conspiracy theorist in me is just out. Like, how do you? I don't love the Knicks, but I wanted the Knicks to win. I said that before they even had game 1. But coming back from all these 29-point leads, 25-point leads, like, I don't know. Conspiracy theorist in me just starts going crazy. So, congrats to the Knicks, man. Congrats to the Knicks.
What up, Primal?
What's up, Rodney? Cheers, buddy.
I feel you on the conspiracy theory because just watching the finals and seeing how, like, man, the Spurs would just jump out. And most of the time you can weather the little comeback. He does.
Yeah, Mark, yeah. And I'm way less of a conspiracy theorist with basketball because, like, you can rig a game with fouls and calls all you want, but you can't rig that ball going in the hole or in the basket. So I think the Knicks won it outright, but I don't know, man. There's some tough games to come back from. I'll say that.
But you got to give him credit. I mean, made some people happy. Some people, man, I was on TikTok and, man, somebody got half their face tattooed with Knicks. And I'm just like, I love my 49ers. You might get a tramp stamp out of me.
Yeah.
But
they'll be rebuilding New York for quite a while after all the parties. So
I think the Spurs are a player away from and a little maturity away from being good for a while.
I have high hopes for my Pacers. So Halliburton's going to come back next year, and I don't know. Hopefully we're back in the finals.
I'll always love the Kings, but they're still dead to me. They're just Sacramento is just Sacramento.
Yep.
Is what it is.
And shout out Kev. His Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. So
and I was just gonna say that because he's going through some health issues that we pray for him every day because that's our boy, that's our dude. Yep. But it was nice. He was happy he got to see one of his teams win a championship. Because obviously the Dolphins aren't going to do it. So that was real nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, on a soundboard note, this one kind of hit me hard because, man, he was one of my favorite players. Rest in peace, Alden Smith.
Yeah, man. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, prayers for Kev, man. Just keep fighting, dude. You're too stubborn to not fight, but you're also too strong, buddy. So
that's what I was telling his wife, and I was just like,
that's right, Rodney. You're up. The dude's
football. A bull. Dude, I'm so geared up for football. But with Alden Smith, how close people watch the Niners, but this guy was drafted in 2011. Rookie year had 14 and a half sacks. Second year in the league, 14 sacks. Second year in the league had 19 and a half sacks. Just to put it in perspective, like, he had as many sacks his first 4 years as Myles Garrett.
Wow.
They were both on Reggie White pace. And I was watching an interview where Joe Staley is a Hall of Fame left tackle, was interviewing Trent Williams, is a Hall of Fame tackle. And they're like, okay, on 5, who's the worst person you have to block that we've played against? Both of us have played against. And they're like, 3, 2, 1. They're like, Alden Smith. Just his size, his speed, his hands, his get off. Just this dude was phenomenal. And it's just sad he couldn't conquer the mental health aspect.
So tough, dude. Yeah. And
I know that the cause of death hasn't came out yet, but 36-year-old man, yes, hard to believe it's something not. And
it's like mental. Is it like Mental Health Awareness Month or
Men's Mental Health Month? Yep.
I mean, I'd rather celebrate that than what else is celebrated this month. So.
Yeah. But I mean, it's crazy though, because there's pictures with Alden Smith that morning. He's out giving pizzas away to the homeless. And 5 hours later, he's dead. And like,
not promised, man.
He did an interview a few days before that, and he was getting his hair cut. And the barber was like, "So how are you?" And he's like, "Not good." He's like, "I'm having a tough time, you know." And he was honest, and you're just like, you look at somebody's face when they're truly going through it, and tragic one, man. But you know, if you need to talk to somebody, man. That's all I'm going to say is you're never
Especially if you're watching this, reach out to us.
You're never too grown. You're never too tough. You're never too anything to reach out and just talk to somebody, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because we all got one life and we're all just trying to make it. You know, and it's tragic. You see these young kids, these kids 36. You think about Alden Smith being a NFL player, been in the league, makes millions, this and this, and I got 9 years on him.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you. I mean, I would never question CTE anyway, because you know we've got somebody very close to us that suffers from it, but it makes you wonder what it does to the brain in somebody young like that. So,
yep. You know, that is tragic, but like Brian was saying, you know, gearing up for football, man, I am so far past ready for football.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm still waiting for my my Parker Bordeaux jersey back here.
I know. We gotta.
I did not know he played freshman year for Notre Dame, so
we gotta
Parker,
make that happen.
if you ever watch this, I need one.
He's such a nice guy too. He inboxes me all the time, man. I'm gonna see if I can make that happen. At least if we can get the jersey, if we can get it to him and he can autograph it, that would be dope.
You can order a custom one, so
let's try.
Even if it didn't have the name on the back, I think he was number 50. I'll find a number 50. So,
you know, football season coming. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I'm really hoping that the Niners trade Brandon Ayuk to somewhere in Siberia, and I can stop hearing his name.
I mean, he might as well come to Indy. All our players are hurt. We pay too much for them. I mean, we won't make the playoffs this year. So,
although I was genuinely shocked, I was watching the interview George Kittle was having with Rich Eisen. So Kittle tore his Achilles in late December.
Yeah.
And he's already doing 24-inch box jumps.
Build it back stronger than ever, man. Jeez.
Well, he's pushing for week 1. Because week 1's Australia.
Yep.
Which I can't blame him. I mean, that's kind of a big thing.
See if I can find it here real quick. I thought about you the other day. There's a website that I get a lot of Notre Dame stuff from. It's called legendsonlyauthentics.com. And I was scrolling the other day. This is going to take me a while, so you can keep talking. I'll show you when I find it.
So for
we're
my
just
Niners,
off the cuff today. We're just off the cuff today.
It is what it is. I just wanted to get up and talk, man, because you know what?
Yeah, me too.
Like I said, the mental's not been there, and I'm just like,
yep.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dolphins, man. Platinum, I'm sorry, bro. The Dolphins are going to be a shit show this year. It's just.
I mean, you should be used to it. It's just like the Colts. They should be just used to being bad.
So, is it kind of like, there's like the kind of superstition of like, nobody will ever win in Miami. Nobody will ever win in Las Vegas because of the nightlife and the atmosphere and
the party beforehand. Yeah. There it is. So they have a George Kittle signed helmet on their website. So
do they? Yeah,
$3.99. $3.99. It's a little expensive, but I'm sure he's super rare unless you're sitting front row at a wrestling show or something, So
right.
I'm sure that's a pretty rare autograph.
So for my Niners, if we can stay healthy, I still think we're only the second best team in the division. I know the Rams got Myles Garrett, but here's the thing with that. What they gave up, and I wish no harm on Myles because he's a phenomenal player and I love watching him play. But they're an injury away from being really hurting because give up the draft picks, they give up all that. So we'll see what happens. I'm ready for football. Because I was a NFL Europe guy. I loved NFL Europe.
Yeah.
Ryan Fire?
Cuddles in the chat's a Giants fan. Well, that's why you only get one piece of that's why you only get one piece of bacon, man. You're a Giants fan.
He's got Scatabo though,
Yeah. Hopefully he can come back strong. So
yeah. With that we had do you call it history this weekend? A historic event?
Absolutely. Once again, I told you I was going to watch it. I didn't get a chance to because of the craziness, but I saw a lot of highlights. And it's history alone to have a walkout from the White House, let alone have a fight in the White House, but you're allowed in and you're walking out from the White House. It's epic.
The card was phenomenal, which turned out, the card going in, it looked okay, but the fights turned out to be just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But that was my whole mindset was like, I texted my boy and I was like, can you imagine it's 2026 right now? Donald J. Trump's the president. And we have UFC fighters walking out of the White House to go have a cockfight on the South Lawn.
Yeah.
And
come to find out, I think I found out today, somebody said something, was it today or was it yesterday? It had to be today, that it was on like YouTube TV. Because I told you, I was like, I don't have Paramount. I'll probably just watch it the next day. And they were like, oh, it was on TV. I'm like, what? I didn't even see it. So
I got to figure out something with TV because I canceled YouTube TV because their prices went up.
They will.
And I canceled Hulu TV because their price went up. I'm paying, dude, just for internet through Comcast, I pay like $160.
When I'm at work, they have like a Roku TV, and there's so many like free channels on there. And sometimes I'm scrolling through for patients, like, what do you want to watch? You want to listen to music, or you want to watch an old Western or something? And there's just so many channels for free on these Tubies or these Roku TVs. Like,
the problem lies in like local stuff. So like for me, like I have to, every football season I have to sign up for something because they black out the local. So like I won't get the Niner game. I'll get like Cowboys and Eagles.
Really? They block it out?
They block it out. Because if you're within 100, it's either 50 or 100 miles of the stadium, it's blocked out.
See, we get all the Colts games. They don't block those out. But like the Indy 500, if it's not sold out, it's blacked out. They want you to go. But if it's sold out like it was this year, they'll show it on TV. But we get all the Colts games, so that's weird. I feel like, I don't know, you can pirate most of that stuff. So,
but it becomes more of a have little quirks.
Yeah.
And like when you pirate something, like if it starts to lag or it just drives me up a wall.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like,
I also noticed, I mean, since my team is so bad anyway, I more watch like Red Zone just because I'm fantasy footballing and I want to see these red zones. And so I feel like I watch that a lot too. So,
yeah. But on this UFC gig, it was, I know that Niner fullback really made a statement.
Yeah.
I mean, great win, but like, I get it, right? I get the freedom of speech. I get you're jacked up. You just won. You're at the White House. But bro.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a little crazy, but I also saw it as like self-promoting. People are going to want to see him fight his next fight because of what he said. Yeah. Whether it has to get his ass whooped or see him win, you're going to support him or hate him, so you're going to want to watch his next fight. So,
see, and then I was just going through me and my buddy were going through the card, and it's just like you guys like Gaethje. I mean, I thought Gaethje had a good chance of winning, but I've never seen somebody's face the way it looks. The way his opponent's face, I can't pronounce his name. That's right.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody take a beating that bad where he sat on the stool in the third round and was like, I can't see. And his brother was like, you're still going out there.
Yeah.
And then took another world-class beating for another round. And so Gaethje gets the W, and I'm sitting here like, it sucks for that guy, for Justin Gaethje. Because, like, his age,
yeah,
his fighting style, he's beat everybody. But everybody's beat him too, though. He's the Rock'em Sock'em robot of the UFC. And he just becomes champ. He just becomes champ on the biggest event in UFC history. What else is there? There's only down.
Nah, you got to defend it, man. Like,
no, because let's say he goes out and loses. You had a chance to walk away as the champ in one of the greatest UFC events ever, and you lose your next event, and that is guaranteed a title shot the way UFC works.
That's true.
So, I mean,
even if it does go down from there, you still won the title at the greatest UFC event. I mean, that's something to say. So,
but yeah, I mean, there's a couple other guys I was disappointed. Derek Lewis, love the guy's character.
Yeah,
but bro, that dude needs to hit a treadmill. Or, I mean, I've never seen somebody have one. He has 1 round stamina. If you go to the second round, you or I could beat him.
I mean, I thought the fight was missing, like, I don't know, it was missing a villain. Like, everybody that won, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a Christian. Everybody shouted out Jesus, and everybody was pro-America. I feel like they needed a Nate Diaz or a Nick Diaz, like somebody. They needed a villain in there somewhere.
So, this is going to sound bad. It was very, I agree with you. It was very 9/11.
Yeah. Like,
America.
Yeah.
Versus, like, you wonder why they kept Sean Strickland and Colby Covington.
Yeah.
And the American villains.
Yeah.
So far from that event, it's not even funny.
I mean, those are two great examples that, like, and if they won, they would have had the same message, like pro-America. You know, they would have had, like, Colby Covington and Strickland would have had that same message if they won, but they still would have brought more, like, heat to the event, I feel like.
I would have enjoyed Strickland over Covington because I think Covington, his shtick is very rehearsed.
Yeah.
With Strickland, though, just there's something in that guy. You can go back to watching that. Did you catch that Theo Von interview he did?
I don't think so.
So he did a Theo Von interview. Maybe it was a year ago, maybe a little under. And he was talking about growing up. And he was talking about the trauma he experienced growing up. You know, his father was abusive and would beat his mom. And this man was crying. And it was so moving because he was like, you know, he's like, I thought he was going to kill my mom, like, all the time. And, like, so, like, he's like, I would always constantly just hug her leg and, like, just be there with her. And he's like, he said he developed a tick where he would just scratch his gum. So he's like, I got a hole in my gum from where I used to just scratch. And I mean, just full-fledged, like, crying. And he's like, you know, and he was talking about, he's like, you know, that's why when I get in there, he's like, I want to kill somebody. He's like, I see him. I want to kill him. And you're just like, I'll send you a link to the clip. I mean,
okay.
And you watch it and you're like, and knowing what the guy can do.
Yeah.
You're just like, damn. And he was like, you know, I get in trouble at school because he's like, I wasn't a bad kid, but the teachers would think I was a troublemaker because I'd sleep during class. But they don't know I'd stay awake all night because I was worried my dad was going to kill my mom.
That's crazy.
And I'm just like, oh. There's been a couple of those podcasts that have got me like that, you know.
Yeah.
The Michael Beasley. Did you catch that one?
No, but you mentioned it before, and I mean I know the whole backstory about Michael Beasley and all that stuff. So I bet it's a good one.
So he's done two now, though. He did the Pivot podcast, which was a phenomenal podcast. They did it right. But then about 3 months ago, he did Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, that's usually a good podcast, yeah.
And just, you listen to and when you really want, and this is the things like when we're talking about the mental health part of it, when you really want to understand mental health and what people go through and what, you know, I suffer a lot of mental health, but I'm figuring out positive ways to get things out, and this is one of my ways. But when you go watch a podcast with Michael Beasley on Club Shay Shay, and you see the angst and torment, that's what that's what we go through. And he just hasn't found that thing that pulls him out. He just lives it. He's learned to live it, which is frightening because the man was a phenomenal basketball player. You know, he was brutally honest. He was like, I don't know if you remember when he was still playing, he put the wrong shorts on.
Do I remember that? I feel like I've heard about that.
Yeah, so he goes out from warm-ups, they start playing, they call him off the bench, he takes off his warm-ups. He has the wrong color shorts on. I mean, that's like being naked at the podium at the White House or something like that, you know? And he's like, he just starts crying. He's like, they all laughed at me. He's like, they all laughed at me. But he's like, 2 days before that, I buried my mom. And then that morning, he gets a phone call that his cousin died. And he's like, I wasn't paying attention. He's like, they felt the same. He's like, I just grabbed some shorts and put them on.
Yep.
He's like, but he was like, they all laughed. And he started LeBron, all his teammates. He's like, LeBron, everybody, they all just laughed at me. And he's like, But you just watch the. I'm just like, oh yeah, screw LeBron, anyways.
Yeah, screw LeBron.
So I was recommend it. Go watch any of the Michael Beasley Pivot or Club Shay Shay. Man, it is thick, brother. Like,
and even if you don't struggle with mental health stuff like that, they're good stuff to watch because it'll make you feel blessed. Like, man, I am so happy that. And not happy that this guy's going through this, but if you don't feel how he feels, you can be like, man, I'm so blessed I don't have to deal with something like that. So just good, all around good stuff to watch anyway, whether you struggle with mental health or not. So
yeah, like you said, it becomes an understanding, right? Because you can know somebody that's struggling through depression, and if you don't understand it, you don't realize it. Like for me, the worst thing somebody can tell me, one of the worst things, just don't think about it. Just be happy.
You can't turn your mind off.
Yeah, I'll be happy when I
used to be like that. My wife has had some depression issues in the past before. She's gone through some family loss and things like that, and I never understood it. I just I was always the same way. Like just be happy, like change your mind, right? And then I started to suffer some depression and stuff, and now I get it. Now I feel awful that I downplayed the way she felt for so long, but I didn't experience it, so I didn't understand it, and now that I did, I used to be the same way.
But in your case, it's not something you should feel bad for. You just didn't know, and like not knowing is not against the law or is not like immoral or anything. It's the what do you do after you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, like Platinum says, your mind just doesn't shut up.
Yeah, you can't turn it off. Like and you can't like shut off the world either, because I think of it like those tanks, those water tanks you get in that are like you like float in it and it's completely dark and it's supposed to help relax you and stuff like that. But that's when your mind goes nuts, when you can't hear anything else. Like when you're in solitary confinement in jail, right? Like that's when you start talking to yourself because it's so quiet. So
see, and that's where I struggle in the silence, because I grew up in a house of loud brothers, loud sisters, loud mom, loud dad, loud cousins. Then you go to a family, it's loud. It's never dull. And then all of a sudden it just screeches to a silent halt. And you're just like,
I'll FaceTime you once a week if you need some loud.
Right? But and that's the thing, is just like we all have one objective in this world, is just to get through the day.
Yeah. And hopefully raise my kids right. And same with you. Like wake up in the morning and hope my kids do better than I did. In whatever aspect that is.
Even that I've learned you could do your very best and it's still not translate.
Maybe I worded it wrong. Maybe it's not like do better than me, but like just be happy.
No,
like my kids.
We want our kids to be better than us.
Yeah.
I want my kid to be better than me in every facet of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know if I use my brothers as an example, but like we all have the same upbringing. I took my path. My sisters took their paths. He took his path, And for all of us, some of the paths were not as bumpy as others, but like my sisters, they took their paths and now they're married and their kids are happy, healthy. They're firemen. They're sheriffs. Which I need to talk about that for a second in a minute. They're sheriffs and they're this and they're that but what they are is better than us. That's the goal. And I think like for you, you put in the work, Steve. You're a good human. You do right. And I think you'll have nothing to worry about. Those kids are going to grow up and they're going to see, man, dad really slayed it for us. And bro, that's, you could literally die with a smile on your face. You hearing that from your kids.
Yeah. I had a little more whiskey than I probably should have in front of them, but that's okay.
Hey. Hey, I was going to say it's Friday. It's not even Friday. It's Tuesday.
That's
It
right.
doesn't matter. You got to blame it on not having dinner.
Yeah, I didn't get to eat. It's sitting right here in front of me.
Hit you a little faster, but you know, and that's the thing. It's just like, and that's kind of one of the weird things why I like doing this thing too, is like, because I didn't grow up in a house of like where we expressed ourselves and like I can sit here and talk, but it's also something my kids can go back and look at and be like, oh, that's what dad was meaning, or you know, that's how dad felt. That's how, and they can have an idea or a recollection or even just hear my voice. And that's the cool part. Because, we all can't have golf simulators in the garage.
No, we can't.
Lighten up the topic, though.
I don't use it enough, so.
Lighten up the topic. We're steamboating in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I was thinking about this today because I usually bet $25 on it. It's usually a tier system. I talk about in a past show where like my 6th tier almost won the last one until the last day, and usually the guy I pick ended up winning versus the other guy. So, long story short, I'm either going with Rory or I'm going with Cam Young. I haven't decided yet. I really want to go Scotty just because he would complete the Grand Slam. I guess that's an option too. So the bet that I do is in a pool, and usually there's like 75 people in it. Most people pick Scotty. So I try to be different. I really like Rory. Cam Young hasn't been putting well, but I really like Cam Young. Tommy Fleetwood would be a good one too. So how about you?
I know you say so. It's at Shinnecock.
Yeah. The winning score will be either like -2 or above.
I don't see the course setting up well for Scotty. I always want to say Bryson because that's just my homer. But
I mean, he's hitting a new driver this week, and he is made for U.S. Opens because the rough is so tall. He's got that strength to power it out. But yeah, I don't know.
All my internals point me to Rory.
Yeah.
Like,
so fairways are wide. I mean, you got 45, 50-yard fairways. So that will help Rory. And you have to have every shot in this tournament, whether it's left to right, right to left. You got to have all the green shots, whether it's a bump and run or a flop shot. You've got to have it all in a U.S. Open, especially at this golf course. When Brooks won it in 2018 or whatever, I think he shot 1 over for the tournament, and he won at 1 over.
See, this is where like I would like Bryson to hold on one second.
You're fine. Is that your delivery?
Well, it says attempted.
No, they took off with your stuff, man. Man, this is a good order. I'm out of here. Yeah, if you need to go check it, you'd be good. So tall rough, wide fairways. So anybody that fairly hits it straight or, curves it a little bit, but a great driver of the golf ball. Doesn't even have to be super long. You just have to be pretty accurate, which is Scotty, which is Rory, which is Patrick Reed, which is Cameron Young. You're just gonna have to putt well. And honestly, your dark horse, I feel like, could be Matthew Fitzpatrick. So put that in the side note in case he wins. So trying to think of who else stands out in my mind. Tommy Fleetwood could be a good one. Yeah, Rodney. I'm not a huge Patrick Reed guy, but in these majors, he just knows what to do. And he's like, if you're betting a tier system and he's like tier 2, tier 3, he's going to be a top 15 pick. So even if you're betting daily, like DraftKings, if you bet him a top 20 every major, it's such a good bet just because in these majors, he shows up. So.
Anyways, they says they tried to deliver, but nobody rang the doorbell or knocked. So, yeah I'm having DoorDash.
I'd almost cancel the order. Yeah,
I'm canceling the order right now. As a matter of fact,
what a bummer,
bastards.
I wonder if your complex has cameras they could check it out. People don't want to work, man. People don't want to work.
I'm telling you. If you with Bryson, I would love for him to be 2 golfers at one time. I think he can be the technical, 10-30, 11, whatever, tee to fairway, do that, But I need him to stop being so mechanical around the green.
Yeah.
Because that takes a level of feel and just trust, and you can't just be like, I'm gonna hit this chip at 630 and that's it.
So, I completely agree with you. Tiger Woods, in my opinion, greatest golfer of all time. Go Tiger. He could hit every shot. He had 9 windows: high left, high middle, high right, middles, and then the lows. And he all contributed to his hands, in his feel in his hands, and what his hands were doing in the golf swing. When your grip is as thick as insert whatever you want to insert into that, there's no feel. You're taking your hands out of it. And I don't know. I agree. It's good to have that knowledge and that micromanaging, but I feel like he tries to micromanage when he's on the course. You need to fix that at the range and then just go out and play golf, use your talent and not micromanage out there.
I think he did do justice with the golf grip size, but I don't think it's for him. It's for a guy like me. I have a bad wrist. I've broke my wrist 3 times. So if I try to bend my hand, my wrist is flat. That's as far as my hand bends. So for me, when I'm gripping, I have to let go with that pinky to make up for the angle I've lost. So with the fat grips, it's nice because I don't have to let go.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need it. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Brain says Rory. Heart says Bryson. So those are my two.
I want to take Bryson so bad too. But he's missed the cut in every major this year. So I'm Cam Young, Rory. Those would be my 2 picks. Or dark horse, Matthew Fitzpatrick.
I could dig any of them. I dig any of them. You know that we got. We don't have all our fancy doodads, but we can do a couple little shout outs.
Right. Got to pay the bills.
Got to pay the bills. So go ahead, Steve.
I just want to let you guys know, like, subscribe, because you're checking us out on the BroCast.
We appreciate you guys, man, because like I said, this is therapy for me. For me, personally, this is therapy, and I enjoy it, and it's nice, and I thank you guys. Again, we want to make sure you guys keep Kevin your thoughts and prayers. That's our dude.
Yep.
And obviously, there's a couple of guys that behind the scenes and around the scenes and around the globe, they like to span
worldwide.
Span the globe. So check this out. So you know what?
You're Thursday on every show every week, Platinum. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thursday nights, check out Span the Globe. These guys bring it. Mark, Ben, Andy, Richard, they all just bring it. So check them out Thursday nights. Let's get them to their 500 subs. And none of this would be happening without the Dab Network, because you know what? That's our dude. That's our network. And with that, we have Double Drop Kick on the Dab Network, and we'll be coming back. We'll be doing something big here pretty soon. We're just letting Kev, we gotta get Kev right. And then obviously you're here with the BroCast, and we thank everybody for being here. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and thank you. Because life ain't easy, brothers.
Nope.
But we do what we gotta do.
So what you got going on the rest of the week, weekend, anything?
Okay, so, man, so the way California works, I know everybody thinks California is like on top of each other, and a lot of it is. But there's places that are like, you'll have this like ginormous warehouse, and then there'll be 2 miles around it of emptiness, and then a ginormous warehouse, and then 2 miles. So we had a company called Medline.
Heard of Medline, yep.
Their warehouse burned down.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
And it literally like 4 minutes from me. 1.5 million square foot warehouse.
Gosh.
Gone in 2 hours. So obviously I work for a warehouse. Our company started to panic. Our company is adjacent to a railroad track.
Yep, we talked about that before. Yep. Which
is not our responsibility to keep clean, but we're supposed to call the railroad company and run the transients out and all that stuff. While they're in a panic, we get tasked with, mind you, we had one weed eater. They're like, we want you to clear a 4-foot path from one end of the property to the end of the property on the railroad track side.
It's like open an exit strategy, or
no, just to keep, if a fire happened, it would stay 4 feet away from the building.
Yeah.
Yep. So mind you, it's been 105 degrees here. We're out there on the railroad tracks in the blistering heat with one weed eater and 2 shovels and a rake. And I've paid my dues doing manual labor. So now that's why I'm a supervisor, I'm a lead. So like I direct my guys, but I could not be out there with them. That's just not right. Don't ask that to my other manager that just sat there drinking a bottle of water watching us.
What's up, Richard?
What up, Richard? So we end up clearing.
There's no water in the fire hydrants. That's why Spencer Pratt's home burnt down. There's no water out there.
You got to pay a premium for water. I'm just saying. So 4 hours later, we get it clean. And mind you, I mean, there's makeshift homeless people's like in-ground dug porta potties and just the most god-awful stuff, man. I wake up the next morning, my eye is just swollen shut.
Allergies,
Like,
you think? Or
I don't know what it was. So that was Friday. I had to buy new shoes because they were just full of like foxtails and just like.
Yeah.
And then I go into work on Monday. They're like, well, the other side still needs to be done. So we get that done. I tell them, I was like, hey, if that ever happens again, I'm going home on injury.
Can I be
Like,
honest? They saw you're a Mexican and they thought you do the landscaping, dude. Your boss is so racist.
I'm not even joking. This is going to sound terrible. I'm not even joking. I got on Facebook Marketplace to see if there's any Mexicans I could rent.
For cheaper.
I was gonna pay them out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because like I paid my dues on the manual labor, so like the stuff I have to do at work anyways is still beats up your body because you're in the freezer. I'm in the freezer. Freezer's -10. The cooler's 37. So those are like the warmest temperatures. But then you go outside and you're supposed to be tasked with clearing shrubbery at 105 degree. No.
And that wears you out, man. Like that hot, cold, that takes a toll on your body. That wears you out.
Bro, I got home, took a wicked 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
Woke up, I was like, where am I? But yeah, so the building burned down. It's crazy though, because none of their fire hydrants worked. None of their sprinklers worked. People don't understand how big 1.5 million square feet is.
Yeah, that's insanity.
So if you ever drive by a warehouse and you'll see the dock doors, the numbers on the dock doors, you get 1 through 50. That's a pretty big warehouse. That's you're looking 150 to 500,000 square feet. This had 100 dock doors on one side. 100. So that means 100 semis can park at one time.
I mean,
on one side of the building.
We've got some big ones out here in the country. We've got some Amazon warehouses and stuff. So, but I've never paid attention to that. I'll have to start paying attention.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Rodney's living good. Rodney, I didn't see you in Ohio this past Saturday. What the heck, man? Yeah, we had a whiskey event in Ohio. Rodney lives in Ohio. He didn't come hang out with me.
Well, Rodney, what are you doing with your life?
Don't know.
But yeah, so that's been my week, and now we're rolling into. We have some big audits coming up.
Okay. Is that through state, or is that through the company, or what?
The first one will be through the company. It's like the internal version of it.
Yeah. And
then you get about 30 days to correct any issues that they find. And then that's when the audit company comes in and does their audits.
So is it more like safety, or is it like
since we're food,
like itemized? Yeah, like itemized stuff. For
since we're foods, it's everything. It's everything from how often our pallet jacks get serviced, what gets serviced, to temperatures of food, to how we mop the floor, everything. Just it. But in the last 5 years, since I've been managing it, we get the highest score imaginable, which is a AA+.
Should get a bonus.
No, I get written up every year. So I'm not even joking, bro. I have a sanitation log where I log what we do. I log what we don't do. All our training's in there. All the chemicals we use are in there. Everything's in there. So when the auditor comes, our internal auditor comes, I give it to my supervisors first. They go through it and say, okay, you're good. Then they give it to the internal auditor, and the internal auditor says, okay, yeah, you're good. Cool. I think I'm good. Audit date comes for the external audit. The external auditor is like, well, I don't like how the dates are right here, so we're gonna mark you for that. It's it's not a big thing, but it's just something you can correct. So fast forward to the next day, I come in and, well, here's a write-up because she didn't like how that was. How can I get written up when my supervisors, the internal auditor, all say it's correct?
It's a higher up issue, that's for sure. Yeah.
But I'm getting a write-up for it.
You're the scapegoat.
Shit rolls downhill. I'm unfortunately at the bottom.
Yep.
But I look at it this way: if I get fired, I learned a few things. I learned that if they text you on not, because I'm not salary.
Yeah.
I learned if they text you, call you, you're supposed to get paid for that.
Absolutely, that's work time. You're talking work.
And they're using my phone as a work phone.
Yeah, that's a tax write-off.
And they're not allowing me to disconnect from work. So if they come to fire me, I want them to bring a blank check because it's supposed to be 30 minutes per phone call or text message. And I could probably dig up about 1,000 a year. I'll take it.
I mean, that your phone's a tax write-off. You could, you could start an LLC for $100 and you sell one printed toy. And guess what? You need the internet to print that toy. Your whole internet bill is a tax write-off.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, you need the internet to run your small business. And just because you only sold one toy, that's not your fault. The business was in a downturn, but you still needed it to print product. Your internet's right off.
See, you this is where you're gonna have to school me because you know what?
Yeah.
I've been buying like all the filaments and all this stuff. Man, I can
$100 LLC. That's all right off.
That's gonna be our next episode. We're gonna teach you how to do a small business.
No, we're not gonna teach everybody else. We'll just talk about it in chat.
Right?
They'll come after me if they get audited.
Right? No, that's where I got Mike Jones. Mike Jones is like IRS.
Yeah, I mean, I make I do home health therapy. I make phone calls after hours, but once again, my phone, it's part of my job. So my phone, I write my phone off.
So for me, here's my hatred of it, right? Is so I don't start till 9 a.m. I'll start receiving text messages about 6:45. And it's stuff that can wait until I get to work.
Yeah, you should set like a schedule, like a do not disturb schedule on.
Oh, I did. And then when I didn't respond, I was told that it was disrespectful.
I don't know. It's double-edged sword.
See, and that's the thing. It's just like, so it's like the double. So I have to do it, but at the same time, it's in my back pocket.
Yeah. Hopefully you just keep toughing it out and then you take their job when they leave. So
that's the problem. I don't want it.
Yeah.
So like, there's jobs that like you want that advancement, and you want like, and there's jobs you just don't. So these guys are married to their job. Like, I'm not joking, probably 6 days a week. If you work 70, if you gave them a 70-hour work week, right? 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, they would probably be working 80 hours a week. They're getting phone calls at 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Yep.
There's no family time. No, I'm good. Like,
so, I mean, I went through a job change. Well, it hasn't taken effect yet, but here in a few weeks, I'll be going through a job change. And I was asking people a lot of advice. And I had one of my buddies say, go for the money. And I asked him why. He goes, man, you don't live to work, You work so you can live. And those people aren't doing it, man. They're living to work. They wake up so they can go to work, man. You got to do the opposite. You got to work so that when you're off work or when you retire, you can live. So,
and that's where I'm at, and that's where I've been at, and that's where like I got stuck at, right? Because when I always tell a story, my buddy got me the job, and it was like at the time it was a good job, for the town I live in and how close it was to work and everything like that. I was making solid money, and I told myself, I'm like, I'm only going to work here for like 18 months. I'm gonna go to work here for like 18 months, and then I'm gonna find something else. I'm gonna find something better because I'm better than this. But then bills come, kids come, and the bills don't stop, and the bills don't stop, and the kids keep wanting, and then I blink my eyes, and now I'm going on 24 years of manual labor, hard labor. So now I'm in this weird position of like, is it time for me to try to find something else? Because like,
T. Rodney, love you, buddy.
Thanks for coming, brother. I live very simply. I don't have my overhead. You would be shocked to what my overhead is.
Probably. Keep your thought though. Everybody in the chat, go subscribe to Rodney Primal Seer. He's got a channel where he barbecues and stuff. Just go subscribe to him. Look for a new cooking video. Just make sure he doesn't cut his finger off.
Yeah. Talking some barbecue now.
Yeah. Back to your thought.
So my overhead is $2,500 a month.
Yeah, especially now.
In California. That's California. That's
amazing.
That $2,500 pays my rent, my bills. I'll be more generous, $2,800. That's rent, bills, and everything. I got no money left over, but that's everything. $2,800.
Ugh, I'm in rural country Indiana and triple that, dude. Fuck. and so I'm looking at it like there's got to be another way. I got the experience I have alone. I was smart enough to take every time they threw something at me, I was smart to take it. So I started off loading trucks by hand. Did that for 10 years. It's tough.
After loading trucks, I went out to washing the trailers out and backing the trailers up to the doors. Learn how to do that.
A little bit easier, but still.
But learn how to drive a semi, learn how to do all that, everything like that. Then the maintenance guy quit, and they're like, "Hey, can you do this and this and this?" So putting up a rack, building some racks, or fixing some racks, or whatever you're doing. So I do that. Then one of the trailer mechanics quit. Hey, we're going to teach you how to do reefer services where you change the fuel, oil, filters, everything like that. You can do the brakes. We'll teach you how to do wheel seals. We'll do all that. Learn how to do all that. Then it's like, well, we need you to do X, Y, and Z. I learned how to do that. So now I'm sitting here just like, you gotta be something else.
Yeah.
But where the body comes in is like, bro, I'm tired of manual labor. I look at guys like Nick, and I'm so jealous because that man is just jet setting around the country, just like
all the time,
sipping mimosas, and it's just like, I sleep with a bottle of ibuprofen, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I take ibuprofen all the time. We might partake in like a specific kind of gummy every night to get some sleep. Yeah, I understand. I'm just getting there. I'm getting into that area. We'll talk about that one too. But yeah, so I'm just looking now. I have options now, and like my boy that lives in Texas, he's like, bro, just put your apartment on Facebook Marketplace, sell everything. He's like, come out here,
And he's like, just start over.
Yeah, man. I've heard. I mean, 24 years is great. I'm all for you. Like, I'm all about loyalty, and I want to stay at a job for that long too. But I've heard you should switch jobs every 4 years because your raises will not equate to your value to the market, especially with all you had to learn over those 24 years. Like, I mean, just
bro, my raises now, it's pathetic. And
Yeah.
I'll unashamedly say, like, it's pathetic. Like, my raises now are like 40 cents.
Yeah. Like most people know, long story short, I just accepted a new job and I start in 2 weeks. I didn't even want the job. I just applied because I had somebody ask me to do it, and the money was so crazy. I'm like, what? And so
See,
like,
that's a weird theory because
your boss doesn't want to pay you more, but your value to the market does increase, but they want to line their pockets. So
and that's the thing is, like, your bosses turn you into a bad employee.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why am I going to continue to beat myself up knowing that at the end of the year, no matter how good I do, I'm going to catch a 40-cent raise? So instead of going out there fixing an extra rack or two, I'm just going to check my emails and have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You know, that's something we need to talk about later eventually.
Yeah.
But I don't want to wrap this up because I don't want to keep Mark. Mark is generous enough to donate some of his time to help us run this while I start to learn the StreamYard.
Yeah, we appreciate you, buddy, in the background.
You know, but with that, you know, it's look out for a pop-up at some point this week. We're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a crash course. It's not gonna look pretty, but we're gonna get it done and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do it as a family. See, and like Platinum says, I tore my shoulder, job 3, hired people. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
and what he said earlier, go for the money. The bosses don't care about you. You're just a number. There's a huge difference in being an employee versus an employer. So,
true story.
Yeah.
But with that, I want to thank each and every one of you guys that came in, talked. Go sub to Primal's Barbecue. I'm going to go check that out because I know Steve's starving. I'm fucking starving.
Good, man. I mean, I've got dinner sitting here. I'm going to eat it because I made it, but I could have fasted today. I'd have been okay.
Now that Walmart let me down, I'm having DoorDash something. So,
you steal some of that food from work.
Well, that's the thing is I can't even do that.
No, cameras everywhere.
No, Chick-fil-A is everything's made at the store. There's nothing pre-made.
Yeah.
So like the chicken's just raw chicken. There's like everything has a process. So it's like I can't even go pull some chicken nuggets off the shelf and make them because that's just not how they're made.
Doza's on that Spanish time. He just showing up.
Right. What up, Doza? But with that, guys, we appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you guys again. Again, Mark, thank you.
Yeah, and check out tomorrow. Check out Mendoza's show tomorrow, Wednesday. Goat Milk.
It was fantastic being on Goat Milk. So
yeah,
you guys be good. Check them out. If you ever need to talk to anybody, we're here. Reach out.
Yeah,
and we appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Platinum. Take care, guys.